Are you an MIP this Valentine's week? That stands for Men in Panic. Don't be, though, because Lori Renn from MyWickedWish.com has the perfect solution for your Friday night worry. I think this is the time of year when guys are like, uh-oh, I didn't make plans yet. But you have a plan, right?
And, well, don't panic if you haven't made plans, because you can always cook a delicious dinner for your sweetheart.
Which might mean more than going out, right? If you do all the cooking yourself?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would love for somebody to cook for me at one point ever.
Maybe we should do that. You're always coming on the show cooking for us.
Would you? Okay.
This is a meal that the husband and the wife are both going to love, though, right?
Absolutely. I mean, who doesn't love beef, unless you're a vegetarian, of course. I mean,
I am not a vegetarian by any means.
I'm not either. I love beef. So what I wanted to do is show you guys simple marinade that will make even an inexpensive, you know, a lot of us are on a tight budget. An inexpensive cut of meat can be super delicious if you just marinate it and cook it right.
All right.
So what I did was I got some petite sirloin. These are about $3 a pound. I mean, that is nothing as compared to like a $7 or $8 ribeye or T-bone or something like that. So what we do first is, as you can see here, I've scored the meat.
Now, what do you mean by that? You're not cutting all the way through, right?
Not cutting all the way through. What we want to do is just make little scores about 1 inch apart, and I'm going to do it on the diagonal, and I'm going to do that on both sides of the meat. Now, what this does is this gets the marinade, you know, to be just a little bit deeper into the meat, gives you more flavor. I like to do that with my beef, pork, chicken, whatever. It just really gets that marinade in there.
Inside,
and, yeah, and this marinade's super simple. We want to have a little salty, a little sweet, and a little spicy all together. So we're just going to do 1/3 cup of soy sauce.
I love soy sauce.
And you can use low sodium. That's fine if you want to watch your sodium intake. I'm going to use Worcestershire sauce, about another 1/3 cup of that. And then just some plain old vegetable oil, 1/3 cup of that. Okay, and then we're going to add, it depends on how much you like garlic. I really like garlic, so I'm going to put in about, I don't know, 5 or 6 cloves here. But you can put anywhere from 4 to 6 cloves.
That's what we're smelling, Rachel, and it's amazing.
And I know my friend Bree, she loves her some sriracha. So we're going to put about 2 tablespoons. I like to eyeball everything. If you want to measure, go ahead and measure. But, you know, it's more fun to just kind of, when you're not baking, you can eyeball it, right?
My wife came from an eyeballing family. I'm always pulling out the cups and stuff. She's like,
just
put a little bit in. Yeah.
And then for a little bit of sweetness, we're going to add a couple of tablespoons of honey.
Oh,
now,
nice.
Now you can use brown sugar or regular sugar or agave or whatever you have in the house, but just add a little sweetness to it. And then we're going to, if you want to crack some pepper, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of cracked black pepper.
Now, earlier you said pepper.
Pepper.
Some salt and pepper?
Salt and pepper.
Okay, just making sure.
And then about 2 tablespoons of you want some fresh chives or even green onions.
Man, I can hear how fresh those are when you're
these are really, really fresh. They even still have the roots on them. You can get them in the store like that now.
Okay.
And then we're just going to mix that up, get it all combined. And then
it fell down here. We got a bag. Yeah, we need the bag, though.
Baggie, and then we're just going to take our steaks.
Do you put the whole mixture in, or are you saving some for cooking?
You know what? If you want to reserve a couple of tablespoons and pour it on afterwards, you can. But don't use the marinade that you've used for
the raw meat?
Yeah, for the raw meat. And some people will boil their marinade and use it on theirs. I don't recommend that.
A little risky. Yeah,
I figure, you know what? When in doubt, just throw it out.
All right.
So you're just going to massage that meat and wait about an hour to anywhere up to 6 hours before your meal.
And we're going to finish up the process, because right now we just wanted to show you the marinade. Rachel's going to come back and get some more tips from you to finish the meal.
Back with Lori Renn for round 2.
Round 2, we're going to sizzle now.
We are going to sizzle. Earlier we marinated, and we're not going to go through the whole marinade again, but we'll put it on our website.
Right, the recipe's on
KIVI-TV.com
and mywickedwish.com.
Absolutely. So let's start with the steak.
This petite sirloin has been marinating since, I just threw this in last night, so it would have some time to marinate, so we could enjoy it after, after we're off the air, right? Right, Spence?
Do we do that? Do we? Yes, we will.
Oh, we'll be enjoying it. Steak and eggs for breakfast.
We have to sample, and I love it's an inexpensive cut of steak, right?
Yeah, very.
That you can make
what you want to make sure you do is pat it dry, because if you have a really wet steak going into the pan, then it's just going to steam, and you're not going to get that really nice sear on the outside, and that's what you're looking for.
Okay, that I didn't know. I would have just thrown it in there all drippy.
In the iron skillet, which is an essential tool of the kitchen, everybody needs a good iron skillet because you can do everything in it. So I've just got a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter. The butter is for the good taste, and the olive oil is to keep the butter from burning.
Perfect.
So we are going to just throw those in. right
There
there
it
into the
goes.
iron skillet. You don't want to play with it. You don't want to move it around a lot. Okay, you want to make sure you get a nice good sear.
Do you want the skillet really hot when
Very,
you start?
very hot.
Okay.
And if you do it, just like if you're doing this on a grill outside, you want to put your grill onto as high as it can go.
Okay.
And you want to get a nice sear on both sides. And then
Don't mess with it. That's great advice because I always want to like
don't move it
turn
around.
Okay,
And then
okay.
then I like to turn the heat down after you get a nice good sear for a couple of minutes on each side.
Okay.
Okay, now depending on how you like your steak, medium, rare, well done, whatever, you never, ever, ever take it off and cut into a steak.
Okay.
The juices will completely run out, and you'll end up. And this goes for any kind of meat,
Okay.
chicken, pork, whatever. Never cut into it and to check see if it's done.
So what do you do?
What do? You can go to the grocery store and buy, for a couple of bucks, you can get a thermometer like this
Okay.
one. I really like to read. I get a lot of good
Oh, your
accuracy
digital.
with a digital
Yeah,
read
that's a good
thermometer.
one.
So about 140 degrees is medium, but you have to make sure that you take it off about 5 degrees below what you like to eat it at, because it will continue, the temperature will continue to rise
After
for a
you
little
take
bit.
it off. That's
Right.
good advice. And even on a steak, I always think of those thermometers for something a little thicker, but it still is accurate enough,
Right.
even on a kind of
And
steak
see, we
like
got
this.
a nice good
Beautiful.
brown caramelization
Beautiful.
right there on the surface of that steak. So we're going to give that a few minutes on
Okay.
the other side, and you can serve this up with some. Right now asparagus is in season. It's very inexpensive. It's about $1.99 at most grocery stores right now.
a great price for
Yeah, I like to
asparagus.
put it on
Yeah.
on a cookie sheet like this, and then just drizzle some olive oil, maybe some kosher salt,
Okay.
cracked pepper,
Crush
lemon.
some garlic. We like to crush some garlic up on there. Yeah.
Exactly, whatever you like. You can do Parmesan cheese.
okay.
And then, of course, you have to serve this meal up with a nice big Idaho baked potato.
Of course you
with
do. Steak
all
and
the
potatoes.
fixins.
Yes.
With all the fixins. And I'm sure Spencer's going to have bacon on his, right, Spencer?
Yep.
With absolutely. And he was broccoli on his baked potato. I know
Oh,
that
I
as
love,
well.
I love broccoli
Which was,
on baked potatoes.
which was new to
That's-
me. And
yeah.
this meal is really aimed at guys who maybe are in that panic mode for Valentine's Day and didn't get a reservation
it's
somewhere.
very, very simple.
And this is easy.
And it's very impressive.
Yes,
so.
it looks awesome. So the steak is sizzling, the potatoes cooked, the asparagus is going. That's your meal.
That's your
Happy
meal.
Valentine's Day, everybody! Right? All right, we will have all of this. Spencer's already coming over because he heard steak is about done.
You
Here
wish
he
me a
comes.
happy Valentine's Day, right? Are those about done?
Almost done.
I-
We'll cook up some eggs with it since it's
All right,
early
sounds
in the
like
morning,
it's time for
so.
commercial then, right?
It is
so we
time
can
for
pig out
commercial.
just a little bit. We'll be,
We'll send you to commercial. We'll be back, maybe with steak in our mouths, right?
is it,